protein is going to be the center of your fat loss and muscle building journey. So we're going to tell you 5 ways in which you can increase your protein and get closer to your goals.
Okay, so number 1, increase the portion size of the protein you're already eating. So let's say at breakfast you have 1 egg. Can you add some egg whites to that 1 egg? At lunch, if you're having lunch meat or grilled chicken on a salad, maybe you're currently only having 4 ounce portions. Can you increase those to 6 ounce portions? Same at dinner, 6 ounces, or sometimes even 8 ounces. So just increasing the portion size of what you're already eating with your protein.
Plan your meal ahead of time. So when we do this, we center our meals around the protein. So what you want to aim for typically is about 30 to 40 grams per meal. And that starts with building around things like the lean meats like chicken, turkey. Also there's like leaner steaks like sirloin, fish.
Yep.
Shellfish is another good one. So when you're making your meal prep, when you're planning ahead of time, think of the protein first, then build around it. Mm-hmm. So whether it's a soup, maybe it's a casserole of some kind, maybe it's something you're using from our cookbook, which are already kind of centered around there, and you've made some sort of new ideas off of those. Always center it around that protein when you plan ahead of time, and meal prep for that in the 30 to 40 grams per meal range.
Right. So tip number 3 is use convenience options as needed. So any options that make it very easy for you to get a little bit more protein in. Again, this would be liquid egg whites, right? Added to those eggs, like we said in tip number 1. Single serve portions of proteins. This could be things that, like James just said with tip number 2, you've portioned out a snack. Snack doesn't just have to be, a fruit. It could be smaller portions of lean protein, such as grilled chicken, deli meat, ground turkey, a smaller turkey burger. So some convenience options there planned ahead, as well as protein shakes, which are going to come very convenient and easily added into your meal plan.
And that brings us to number 4, add supplementation as you need it. So supplements would be protein shakes. You can also use those protein powders to make shakes. Also, you can make smoothies where you mix in sort of fruits, sometimes vegetables, to make a nice, dense, nutrient-dense drink that's easy to digest and easy to get that protein in. We also like to use low-sugar protein bars. For all of these, it's good to do a little bit of research and check the sort of macro profile of these things. So with the protein powders or the shakes, it's always good to shoot for at least 20 grams per whatever serving it may be. A lot of good ones will be even higher, have a lower carb content, especially with the, you might have a little bit more carbs with the protein bars, but again, you want to shoot for a really high protein to carb to fat ratio with those.
Yep. And then tip number 5 is incorporating any of the following into one of your meals or all of your meals. We're just going to list off a bunch of food. So number 1 is plain Greek yogurt. This could be literally plain. You can add protein powder to your Greek yogurt. You can add a ranch seasoning packet and use that with some vegetables to dip. You can also make a very tasty fruit dip with Greek yogurt using non-fat, sugar-free pudding mix added into the Greek yogurt, or Greek yogurt with just some fruit. So plain Greek yogurt is one of the high protein, quick options to add in.
Beans, lentils, and peas. These are great. They also have a decent amount of carbs, but with that, the net carbs are very good because they're very high in fiber, which will keep you, again, feeling full. It'll keep your digestive tract moving and working the way it should. And again, those protein numbers are excellent in those particular foods.
Yep. And then the next one would be a skinless white meat poultry. So this would be chicken breast, ground chicken. You can do turkey breast, ground turkey. There's many options out there. Cooking it plain, grilling it up, adding it into a crock pot with some vegetables. But you can eat those at all 3 meals. Meat foods don't just have to be eaten at lunch and dinner. They can also be added into your breakfast if you're needing more protein at breakfast. So white meat, poultry options.
Low-fat cottage cheese is a really good one. This is a very good snack food if you're into cottage cheese, and can be combined with things like fruit, other sweet things to sort of make it like almost like a snack or a dessert type of food.
Yep. And then next one would be light tofu. So this would be a great vegetarian option. Tofu can be prepped up any way you want it, grilled, baked, plain as is. So tofu as an option for a quick grab and go protein.
Lean sirloin, so different types of beef. Flank steak, London broil, lean sirloin, lean ground beef, even above the 90% range. We like to use up to like 97%. You'll see 95%, 93%. Lower fat, obviously, and high in that protein, as lean as you can get. These are great for the summertime when you're out using the grill, especially, and season them up to sort of replace that flavor that you might lose with the fats. Cook them nice and slow and get that protein in.
Yep. Next one would be all natural peanut butter or even a peanut butter powder. This is going to be a very healthy fat for your body, but also has protein in it. Now the peanut butter powder is going to have a little bit of less protein, but obviously also less fat because the fat substance is kind of taken out in the processing. So we like Smucker's peanut butter added to toast or added to your smoothies, added to your Greek yogurt. So peanut butter, a very great option, and adding anywhere from like 8 to 16 grams of protein.
Low-fat milk or almond milk or other sort of milk substitutes are very good. These can be used also in concert with your protein powders. They're good in your coffees. Think about little ways you can add these to the things you're already eating, and get those little bumps, because really what all of this is about is getting a little bit more in on those margins and anywhere you can. And when you're using these milks, it's a very good way to add to what you already have.
Yep. Next one is pork loin. So simply put, pork loin, baked, grilled, again cooked in the crock pot, but pork loin is very low in fat, high in protein, and very tasty. A lot of people don't think about pork when they're thinking about proteins, but pork loin is a great low fat, high protein meat.
Shrimp and other shellfish. For those of you who like seafood, we would like to go for the unbreaded, unfried kind here. So grilled or baked is typically the way to go here. And again, like with chicken and turkey, really good sources of lean protein, and get a big bang for your grams with that.
Yeah, get a lot of shrimp for a lot of protein.
Mm-hmm.
And we already said it before, but egg whites, very quick. Literally scrambled up, added. We a lot of times add a few tablespoons of egg whites to our turkey burgers, helps kind of keep them together. But plain egg white muffins, you can prepare egg whites in multiple ways. So if you've already incorporated egg whites into your plan, is there a new way you could prepare your egg whites so that you feel like you're eating a little something different, but still getting a good amount of protein in?
Bison, often overlooked lean meat. It's a little more expensive than your ground beefs and even some of your steaks, but again, very lean meat, very high in protein, great on the grill, great to make burgers with, and just another great option. And then another thing too, a lot of products being made these days that sort of have a protein forward addition to it. So I mean, you'll see anything from protein pastas to protein flours, protein pancake mix. All of these are great options. Again, you probably don't want to be eating these all the time because the carbs are still pretty high and there's some processing going on there. But if you have a lean meat and a protein pasta, or if you happen to be making something with flour and you want to just bump it up, every little bit counts. So check out, as you shop, look for those protein added options as well.
Okay. So hopefully one of these tips help you. Take one and run with it, but keep adding protein to your meals, all 3 meals, and can you add some more protein into your snacks? because like James said, protein is going to be a staple in your weight loss and muscle building journey. Keeps you full, feels good, tastes good. You get a lot for, low amount of calories. So find ways, take one of the options and tips we told you and run with it and increase your protein.
And don't be discouraged if you can't hit a huge protein number right away. Think of it the way you would with your weight training or anything like this. You're going to progressively add as you go, and just think about bumping up a little bit more every week. These tips should really help you get there just progressively.
Yep. All right. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Strength and wellness to you.